What if the most terrifying creature in alien Earth isn't the Xenomorph, but something far stranger, an ancient parasite known only as the eyeball monster? And what if Boy Kavalier, the mysterious child who seems both innocent and unsettling at the same time, isn't running from it, but actually guiding it toward its next victim?
I'm saying you're right. We should switch it into a person.
That's the question fans can't stop asking. Who does Boy Kavalier want as the eyeball monster's new host? The answer, if the theories are correct, could completely change how we understand the story's direction and reveal a twist darker than anything the Alien franchise has ever attempted. Boy Kavalier is unlike any other character we've seen introduced into the Alien universe. On the surface, he's just a child, fragile, wide-eyed, vulnerable. Yet beneath that innocence, there's a strange aura about him. He seems connected to forces larger than himself, almost as though he's been chosen or cursed. The way the camera lingers on his reactions during certain scenes, the cryptic lines he delivers, and the eerie calmness he maintains even in moments of chaos have all led fans to suspect that Boy Kavalier isn't simply a victim. He's a participant in a game far bigger than he lets on. Enter the eyeball monster. While xenomorphs are horrifying in their own right, they follow a biological pattern: facehugger, chestburster, full-grown terror. The eyeball monster is something else entirely. An ancient parasite that doesn't just infest bodies, but seems to manipulate minds, bend wills, and seek hosts that serve a larger purpose. Unlike the xenomorphs, which are raw survival machines, the eyeball monster appears calculated, selective, and disturbingly intelligent. The chilling theory is that Boy Kavalier is working with it, or at the very least, guiding it toward the host he believes it needs. The biggest question is why? Why would a child align himself with such a monster? Some fans argue that Boy Kavalier is not fully in control of his own mind. Perhaps he's been touched by the creature, psychically linked in ways that strip him of true agency. That would make him a tragic figure, a boy who looks innocent but is unknowingly manipulated into carrying out the creature's will. Others take the darker route, believing that Boy Kavalier, despite his age, understands exactly what he's doing. To them, he's a child prodigy of cruelty, someone who sees the eyeball monster not as a parasite but as a savior, choosing who lives and who dies in a world that's already falling apart. This leads us to the heart of the theory. Who does Boy Kavalier want as the eyeball monster's new host? The obvious answer might be one of the many soldiers, scientists, or Weyland-Yutani operatives surrounding him. But if you pay close attention to his interactions, the answer may be far more personal. Some fans believe he wants the creature to infest someone he loves or someone he resents. Both options are terrifying in different ways. One possibility is that Boy Kavalier is directing the eyeball monster toward a protector figure, someone who has taken him under their wing. Imagine the horror of seeing a surrogate parent or trusted ally transformed into a vessel for the monster. It would break not only the audience's heart, but also the bond of safety the boy appears to rely on. If this is true, it means Kavalier isn't merely sacrificing an expendable soldier. He's deliberately turning someone close to him into something grotesque, either out of misguided love, believing the parasite makes them stronger, or a subconscious desire to destroy the very idea of safety. Another theory, darker still, suggests that Boy Kavalier harbors resentment towards someone in his orbit. Maybe it's a scientist who treated him like an experiment, a soldier who failed to protect him, or even a corporate agent who sees him as a pawn. In that case, his decision to point the eyeball monster toward them becomes an act of revenge, cloaked in eerie calm. He wouldn't need to lash out physically. He'd simply guide the parasite to its target and watch as justice, in his mind, is carried out. This interpretation paints him not as a victim or puppet, but as a calculating child, fully aware of the consequences of his actions. But perhaps the most shocking interpretation is the one that suggests Boy Kavalier's ultimate choice of host isn't human at all. It's Timothy Olyphant's character. Olyphant, as we've discussed before, plays the mysterious operative whose loyalties are constantly in question. Fans theorize that if the eyeball monster infested him, it wouldn't just be another shocking death. It would be the ultimate corruption of a man who already straddles the line between hero and betrayer. Imagine Olyphant's charisma and intelligence turned into tools for the parasite. The betrayal would hit twice as hard, both emotionally and narratively. And if Boy Kavalier is the one who deliberately offers him up, it would mark the child as the single most dangerous figure in the series. Why does this matter so much? Because Alien Earth has always been about more than survival. The franchise thrives on questions of morality, loyalty, and what it means to be human in the face of incomprehensible horror. Boy Kavalier's decision about the eyeball monster's host isn't just about keeping the story moving forward. It's about exploring the darkest corners of human choice, even through the lens of a child. Does innocence protect him from guilt? Or does his youth make the choice even more terrifying? The fact that fans can't decide whether he's a puppet or a mastermind shows just how deeply the writers have embedded ambiguity into his character. Some fans even speculate that Boy Kavalier sees himself as the rightful host. This would be the most tragic twist of all. Imagine a child so convinced of his destiny, or so corrupted by the creature's whispers, that he willingly offers himself. The eyeball monster doesn't just need flesh. It needs influence, memory, and the ability to spread fear. A child host would be both horrifying and symbolically devastating, stripping away any illusions of safety the audience might cling to. If this is the direction the writers take, it could rival the chestburster scene in the original Alien for sheer shock value. Every possible answer to the question, who does Boy Kavalier want as the eyeball monster's new host, comes with consequences that ripple through the story. If he sacrifices a protector, it shatters trust. If he targets an enemy, it reveals his cruelty. If he offers up a key character like Oliphant, it changes the entire balance of power. And if he chooses himself, it redefines him not as a child caught in a nightmare, but as the nightmare itself. The genius of this storyline is that it refuses to give us easy answers. Boy Kavalier is both innocent and dangerous, fragile and powerful, victim and instigator. The eyeball monster, in turn, isn't just another alien. It's a reflection of human choices, a mirror held up to the ugliest parts of survival. By tying the two together, Alien Earth pushes the boundaries of the franchise into new territory, one where the scariest thing isn't the monster outside, but the child guiding it from within. Until the series reveals its hand, all we have are theories, but they're theories that strike at the core of what makes the Alien universe so terrifying. The monsters are horrifying, yes, but it's always the human decisions, the betrayals, the sacrifices, the manipulations that haunt us most. And Boy Kavalier, with his unsettling connection to the eyeball monster, embodies that truth better than anyone else. Who he chooses as the new host could decide not just who survives, but what kind of story Alien Earth ultimately tells. One of betrayal, tragedy, or the terrifying realization that innocence can sometimes be the most dangerous mask of all. If Hermit does get infected by Teocellus, it will be the perfect catalyst for Wendy's story to develop. Alien Earth has been building up the fact that Wendy feels more kinship with the Xenomorphs and the other alien life forms in Earth than she does humanity. She said as much to both Dame Sylvia and Boy Kavalier after Nibs, Memory Wipe, and Isaac's death. Even though she has been growing disillusioned with humanity, Hermit has acted as a tether for Wendy. He reminds her of the girl she used to be, and he's the best example of the good humanity is capable of. That tether, however, began to fray when Hermit inadvertently killed Nibs. If Hermit then dies thanks to Kavalier's experiments, Wendy won't have any reason to side with humanity anymore. Some theories already hint that Wendy could be a Xenomorph queen due to her control over them, but she's not fully there yet. Alien Earth's finale episode is also titled The Real Monsters, meaning either the humans or the hybrids are going to do something quite villainous. Killing Hermit with Teocellus would give Alien Earth the perfect opportunity to make good on both those hints.